Shepherd here from E-Bike Adventure with newest bike I just have ready for sale. This one is reproduction of a 1937 Columbia, and just because it's a reproduction of an antique bike doesn't mean you should be stuck with antique bike features. Now what I've done here though is I've pretty well disguised mostly that it's an electric bike. I mean, of course, if someone knows, they're going to spot the motor. But you notice there's no battery pack that you can see because I used the original tank, which was really just a decorative element when they built these bikes, to store the batteries in. We have down here, we've got a hydraulic motorcycle style brake. Over here you can see the tank, the reservoir. We have a cable pull disc brake on the rear. We have a hub motor capable of handling 1500 watts. Right now we're only running a 500 watt controller, or what we call 500 watt controller. This is a 30 amp max controller, and we're running it at 60 volts at top power. So if you were to talk about peak watts, it's running at 1800 watts. But that's not the way that we rate them here at E-Bike Adventure. We rate it as a continuous feature. And continuous, this bike will run at somewhere around 500 to 700 watts. So, of course, it has the plank there for carrying some cargo. Very stylish bike. We have up here on the throttle, we have a voltmeter, which is our favorite way of monitoring how the power level is in our battery. At top, that would read 67.2 on an absolutely full charge, and somewhere around 52 volts, it will cut out. And what we've done is, because we have a small space for the battery, so this bike has right now a 5.6 amp 60 volt battery, which is not a big battery. It's a reasonable amount of watt hours, but we've made it very flexible because we're running a 3-speed switch. And with the 3-speed switch, what we can do is, on low power, this bike will have a fair range, somewhere around 20-mile range, 15 to 20, depending on the rider weight, wind conditions, hills, and all that stuff. But I figure around a 20-mile range. But on high power, it will have a shorter range, a lot shorter, but it has the capability of high speed. So if you want to take a short jaunt around the neighborhood, it's perfect for that. But if you have a longer ride to make, just keep it in the low power mode, which was actually closer to a legal speed anyway.